our pocket money, everything all at once. And I'd put it in envelopes, and Ian would get his envelopes. I would get my envelopes. And that's all we had for 2 weeks.
And we'd make it work
until the next one. Yes, that's what we were doing when we were paying down the debt, actually following Dave Ramsey. We've been doing that only now that for Corona started, we stopped doing it because we haven't been going anywhere because of COVID stuff.
Yeah, we were doing it pretty consistently, and now in the last couple of months we've saved. We're doing pretty good in our savings consistently. So I think we're getting back to where we're supposed to be now.
We're still not really following Dave.
We are following Dave.
No, because if we were following Dave, all the money that we've saved would be going to pay the debts off.
Oh yes,
and I talked to you about that, but you were like, "No, I'm not doing it."
No, because we're saving our money first for our 6 months, like Dave said.
No. See, you don't know the baby steps
because I don't have the paper in front of me.
Baby step 1 is save 1,000.
We already have 1,000.
Right,
That's
but
easy.
baby step 2 is pay off all the debt. So you're supposed to take all the money we got and pay off the debt.
You know what I'll do?
You know what? No, hold on. But right now, because of the COVID situation, he does say when emergencies arise, you stop the baby steps and you just save cash.
Yeah, because you want to save because you never know you might need that money.
Right, just in case of that you need that money.
Well, that's what we're doing right now.
Yeah, so we have been saved. We haven't been. Yes, well, because of this Corona, we've saved a whole bunch extra money because we ain't going nowhere and doing nothing but buy groceries, and we have no gas. We haven't been buying gas or anything. So that money, Ian's been doing a good job because Ian's our saver. I'm the spender, and Ian's our saver.
If Nathalie told me to save $30,000 this year, I could do it.
Yes, you could.
If she told me to save
the money miser.
If she told me to save $40,000 this year, I could do it. I could make it happen because I'm the person that loves to save money. Nathalie just loves to swipe that damn card.
That's right.
You know, I want to do this. I'm like, Nathalie, how are we going to afford this? I'm going to do it. I just want to do it. I'm going to do it. Like we're going. Now, England we're supposed to go this year, but the Corona kind of messed us up, and we paid tickets and
yes, we
cruises.
did have. Yeah, I had a cruise. I paid for.
We lost a little bit of money on getting tickets.
Well, we didn't lose it. You just have to. It's a credit.
Whatever they want to call it. We don't have it in our bank account right now.
No,
so I kind of wish we would have. But we didn't know this was coming. We could have waited and then paid it. I mean, we lost a couple $1,000 paying for tickets. But I mean, that's the way it is. We plan to use it at one point, so it's there.
Yeah, it'll be there next summer.
Next year. So I hope this stupid virus does not poke its head out next summer.
I know, man. COVID, stay away, COVID.
Damn this virus. God, it's just stopped everything. But I mean, I learned a lot from Dave. I think we're going to do good this time around. I think we've learned our lesson. We got swatted.
Yes. Yes.
We got swatted.
We took a little diversion.
But you know what? It makes you learn, though. It makes you learn what you can and can't do. And I think from this point moving forward, I think we know what we have to do and we'll get it done.
Yes. And I know I can't use credit cards. I know that. I know that I cannot carry a credit. I have a credit card that I do carry. It has a $200 limit. And that's the only thing I can use. Otherwise, I run up credit cards.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons people get mad at Dave Ramsey because he says to cut up your credit cards after you've paid off all your debt and like never use them. And people are like, what about my points? And but it's really, true. But it's for people like me. Not every.
Correct.
If you are disciplined.
Like me.
You can have a credit card and not run it up and pay it every month.
Yep.
And get your points. Great.
Yep.
But if you're like most people, which is Nathalie Martin and a lot of other people out there.
It's not that you don't have the money, you just forget to pay it. That's all it is. You don't remember to pay it all the time.
But then it adds up.
Exactly.
And then you owe again.
Before you know it, you're thousands in.
Right.
And it's not that you didn't have the money to pay that month and pay it off. You did. You just lost your mind or whatever. Something else
and then
came
I
up.
spent it on something else.
Exactly.
So then the money's not there anymore.
So yeah, somebody like me has a credit card. I have most of my credit cards are for emergencies, stuff with the cars and there's Corona lately. I've been using that instead of my card lately at the stores, so it's gone up. But I'll pay it off when the time comes. So
when's the time come? You're supposed to be paying off every month.
I use the card every time I go to the store, so it adds up, and I just pay on it every time it goes up.
So you pay it up every month.
I pay it continuous. I pay a couple times a month on the card, so I don't have any issues with it. But that's because I use it so often. I think I'm going to use your card.
I'm glad you're good.
Oh, I know I'm good. I've always been good. That's the one thing I can talk about is how good I am at using the credit card.
Yes,
so.
Ian is our saver and I am the spender. So we do balance each other out because he doesn't mind listening to me and I don't mind listening to him with his ways of doing things. And we try to meet in the middle somewhere, which I know with the credit cards. That was our financial infidelity episode that we had where I ran up credit cards like twice. So.
Oh man, that is too damn funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so the things that that we've learned from Dave is, well, I guess, the stuff I want to say that The 4 lessons we've learned from Dave.
Well, keep talking for a second. I got to get this thing. Go ahead.
The 4 things we learned from Dave that to be true is being out of debt feels good. It does. It feels great to be out of debt. I'm feeling great about that. When we were out of debt, it was a great feeling to know that I could walk away from my job at any moment in time and not care if I wanted to. I like my job, but just if I wanted to. Also, the second one, borrow is a slave to the lender. When you owe people money, you are the slave to them because now you have all these credit card debts. That's why you go to work. You get up to go to work because you got to pay all these bills. And that's why you get up and go. So the borrower is a slave to the lender. And he was right about that. It's best not to borrow money or do financial transactions with family. Yes, Dave was right about that too.
Don't do deals with family. No family. No matter how nice.
Unless it's all under contracts and like you got contracts or something like that.
Don't be afraid to sign a contract with your family members ever. Don't do shaking hands, promises, nothing. Don't do it.
Yes, only contracts. And you have... Oh, wait, what does it say?
What else is there?
Oh, you have to live and follow by the baby steps. Like, you're not going to get success without doing the baby steps. And that's true. He's right about that. If you don't follow the baby steps, you're not going to have success. So those are the 4 things that we learned to be true from Dave Ramsey. Do you agree with those, Ian?
With what we've been through the last couple of years, I definitely agree with that. And I think... I would like to add something to that. Don't just go buy something because you want it. I've learned, have the money to buy it. You can buy it on credit. What I do, if I want something, if I have the money, I'll buy it right there. But if I don't have it, I'll save up every week or every 2 or 3 weeks until I get it, and then I'll buy it. That's what I've done the last couple months. If I really want something, I'll save up to get it. I won't get it because I think people get into trouble. I want that. I'm going to buy it. And next thing you know, they're just buying stuff.
Yeah.
And before you know it, they just have this stuff and, this debt. It'd be different if they just bought it and they paid for it and it was money.
Right.
But that credit card, man, will get you into trouble, man. If you're a person that can't control yourself, man.
Well, I know firsthand. I know firsthand. That's why Dave Ramsey says, though, he's like, if you have to make payments, you really can't afford it.
No one should be making payments on anything. That's a whole damn fraudulent system, making payments. It is.
Well, you know what Dave Ramsey, he also says, to say Dave Ramsey again, he says, having a credit score isn't an indication you have money. It's an indication you have debt.
Yes, the whole credit system. What happened to my student loan, my credit score when I paid off my student loan?
Oh, yeah. When you pay off your debt, your credit score goes down.
I'm going to boast here. I had like an 812 credit score. I paid off all my debt. It dropped down to 720.
But it comes back up. It'll go back up. It went back up.
It didn't come back up for over a year. That's my whole point.
No, that's because we had that thing with the apartment complex.
Oh, damn. Yeah, you're right. Bastards.
That's what messed up our credit.
I forgot about that. That killed us.
Yeah, we had great credit, and then we were fighting with our apartment complex, and it dropped our credit 100 points over $600.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that's a whole other story for a whole other day.
Oh, my God. I can't believe it.
But yeah, so I'm going to go over the baby steps one more time. Or Ian, you want to read the baby steps?
No, I don't have the baby steps in front of me.
I'll tell you. So the baby steps, step 1, like I said, these baby steps have been, really, they work. I can't, after what we've been through the last 3 years, it actually has been, we've been in this house, so it's been 5 years.
We've been in
4 years, 4 years. We sold our house in 2016.
We've been in this house maybe 2 years.
No, but the whole journey, it's been 4 years.
Yes, the process, yes.
So,
that's correct.
Yes, so these baby steps, I can't lie, based on my life experience, I must say these baby steps do work. But baby step 1, and then this is like, Dave Ramsey's just like, you can find, Google him or whatever, Facebook, Instagram.
Do we get a plug from him for telling his name so much?
People talk about Dave Ramsey all the time because he does change people's lives. He has that debt-free scream.
We got to get on that show, man. When we finally get on that show, it's going to be the best.
You have to close all of your credit cards to get on Dave Ramsey's show now for a debt-free scream.
I could do that in 2 seconds. That's no problem.
You have to close every credit card, but
credit score will be like 210.
So the baby steps are save $1,000 in a beginner emergency fund. Now, even though I know Dave is right about things, I do agree, but I would have a little bit more in there because just things cost so much more money these days.
I agree with that.
Maybe like $2,000 or something, but pay off all debt except for your house. So all your debt, baby step 2 is to pay off all debt except for your house. You don't pay off your house until the very end. And then baby step 3, save 3 to 6 months of expenses for emergencies. Now, car maintenance is not an emergency.
No,
you're supposed to plan for your car. You know your car is going to need tires. You know your car is going to need batteries. You know your car is going to need a service. So those things should be in your monthly budget to save for.
Except for our situation now, but that's different. We have an old ass car.
It's not different, Ian.
Oh, that's still maintenance?
Yes, that's the maintenance.
Yeah, if you have an old car, and I think this is people with old cars, because most people, when do they get rid of their cars?
No, it doesn't matter, Ian. You have to follow the plan.
Oh.
You trying to divert from the plan.
Sorry.
You ain't learned 4 years?
Damn.
You ain't learned.
Damn it.
So you save 3 to 6 months of expenses for emergencies. And then baby steps 4, 5, and 6, you do at the same time, which is invest 15% of your income for retirement. Save for college for your kids if you have any, and 6%. And step 6 is pay off your house, or you could be saving for your down payment for a home in steps 4, 5, and 6. And then 7, build wealth and give. So that's the one thing that my goal for getting out of debt. I don't know yours, Ian, but mine is too. Is also to be able to help people more, because you can't help other people if you can't help yourself.
I agree.
And Dave always, he says a lot on his show when I used to listen to it 3 days a week or 5 days a week for 3 hours at a time.
Mm-hmm.
He says that, you even like for church stuff, he's like, church talks about, you're supposed to pay all this stuff, but if you have to be able to take care of yourself. And once you take care of yourself, then you can take care of other people however you please. You can, and he always says his tag phrase is, you can live. Wait, how does he say? Oh crap!
You need to write all this down before you.
Gosh, I know. You can. He said you can live and give like no one else, right? So you can live and give and be weird and like no one else, because you will have so much when you don't have to pay all these bills. Like if your house gets paid off and all these credit cards. I mean, add up every month how much you pay for credit cards and all the debts and car payments every month.
Oh yeah, you're
right. What you could do with that money if you didn't have to. Pay those bills. Like how many people could you help? How many mouths could you feed? How much, you could make a difference in many ways. You can, you tithe to your church or whatever you want to do, but you can make a difference in people's lives. Yeah. Right. So, but you can't do that if you're not taking care of yourself and setting yourself up. Right. So that's one of his big things. So yeah, I'm definitely a Dave Ramsey fan, and he does suck, but not in a horrible way. He just sucks because he's right. It's like when your parent tells you some things and you don't listen, and then it comes back exactly what they said. So yeah.
Oh, that's too funny. This is one of the best shows ever.
I'm just being real here. I'm just giving it to you real with the Dave Ramsey stuff. So
no, it's good. It's true.
I mean, this is our life, and this happened. I mean, we're still going through it now because we have to pay back that debt that we have. We still have some debt that we have to pay back.
Yeah, I think once we pay that off, then we just have the house. I think we're good then. But yeah, we have a little bit. I mean, not like we used to have, but there's still some there.
Yes.
But I feel better than I did a couple of years ago. I feel a lot better now.
Our income's a lot higher than it was.
Yeah, that's true.
To be able to, we have a bigger, a bigger bucket.
And the kids are older.
Well, yeah, because we ain't paying that $1,000 for daycare.
Yeah, that made once we stopped. Remember, we stopped paying daycare. How much of a difference?
Oh
that
yeah, I was
made?
happy when our kids went to kindergarten.
Oh my gosh! Once we stopped, we literally saw $1,000 come back in our budget a month from saving on daycare. I'm telling you, man, I don't know how we made it through that time.
I don't know.
2 kids in daycare.
Parents
oh,
do.
Gosh,
it's just like our neighbors. They got a nanny because they're like the daycare bill's too high.
So that's why they got a nanny?
Yeah, because it was too much for 2 kids for daycare.
Oh, so that's why she comes over during the day.
Yeah, so they got nannies. They got nannies that come over.
Nannies are cheaper than daycare.
Yeah, that's what she said after I was talking to her. I was like, oh, damn. So, yeah.
It's a racket too, huh?
No. Good quality kid care is expensive, but it's well worth it. Someone taking good care of your kids. They didn't teach our
kids how to write because they can't write good on their little papers. But that's okay.
You always digress.
Sorry. Well, do you have anything else left for the audience to tell them that you've learned about?
No, I think I've said everything I can about how crappy, how I didn't listen to Dave and how bad my life went. But I guess our life, because it was both of us. Yeah.
So I mean, anybody listening, just you got to make some sacrifices in the beginning to live great in the end. And I don't want to work forever. I'm telling you, can you imagine we didn't have no debt now? I could be able to quit my job. You could quit your job. We could do literally what we wanted to do, and not, I could take a lower paying job and not worry about anything because I have no debt.
Right. You can take jobs with less stress because you don't have debt to pay.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was very important to me. So that's what I wanted to do. So, I mean, but we'll get there. I mean,
Yeah, you live and you learn.
I'm 43 right now, so I think I can get there before 50 and still have a good life left.